Hi guys. One of the things with this lab is that we have to measure out really teeny tiny quantities of a liquid, a couple different liquids, and we have to measure out those quantities in terms of microliters. And a microliter is 1/1000th of a milliliter, and so for this lab you have 0.2 milliliters or 200 microliters, and then 0.3 milliliters or 300 microliters of substances. To measure out these tiny volumes precisely, we use something called a micropipettor. And depending on whether or not you took honors bio and who you had, you may have a lot of experience with this particular tool. This one is actually called a P200. The one you used in bio was called a P20 because it measured out even smaller amounts. And we'll use that one when we get to the DNA lab in Unit 5. But for now, I just want to give you a quick tutorial about how these work to make sure that you get the right quantities of the liquids that you need. I will have preset them to a quantity of 100 microliters, and you'll be able to see that on this dial on the side, is that you twist these black knobs until you get the right number, and this is just telling you how many microliters you're going to get per dose. And so in this case, I've set the thing to 100 microliters, and so for one of your liquids, you're going to need 200 microliters, so that's going to be 2 doses, and for the other one, it's 300 microliters, so that's going to be 3 doses. And so what you're going to do is you're going to grab your microliter or your micropipettor, and you're going to verify that it says 100. And then what you're going to do is before you immerse it in a liquid, you're going to make sure you know how it works. So you put your thumb on the white depressor up at the top, and when you push in, you'll feel it stop once, and when you push in the second time, you'll feel it stop the second time. So you want to kind of get used to what that feels like. Once you've gotten used to what it feels like, you submerge the tip of your micropipettor in the liquid. You plunge, and I have liquid just sitting on my table. You plunge the stopper down to the first stop, and then to draw the liquid up into the tip, you just release it, and you can see how it shoots up the tip. What you want to try to avoid is air bubbles. I got some air bubbles, and so what I would want to do is squirt that out and then try it again. So you actually pull that up in the air bubble, try to get it without the air bubbles. Then, once you've got that, you put it over your test tube or whatever, but now instead of depressing just to the first stop, in order to make sure you get any residual liquid out of that tip, you press all the way to the second. You see how more of it came out to the second stop. And that way you're sure that you're getting all of your 100 microliters out. So again, if you just need 0.2 mils, you're going to do that twice to get 2 doses. If you need 0.3, you're going to do that 3 times. Don't confuse the micropipettors. If they're next to one substance, leave them there so we don't have contamination between our stuff. So that's your quick tutorial on micropipettors for those of you who have never used them before. If you want to practice, I'll have a practice one available for you as well, and you can just practice with water before you start messing with your reactants, just to make sure you don't goof anything up inadvertently. Thanks for watching this part. I know there's a lot of videos for this lab, but it's just trying to get everybody up to speed with all the different stuff. Have a good day. I'll see you in lab.